Hi, I'm Sonia Choquette. I'm a spiritual teacher and writer. I am an intuitive guide. And I'm here today to talk about relationships and how so many of us get trapped in relationships that aren't really resonating with our true authentic self. Now, when I talk about a relationship, I'm not actually talking about a person. Because a relationship is what happens between two people. And the most important relationship that any of us could ever have is a relationship with our own authentic spirit. So often we make agreements and we build lives that start off with good intentions and maybe really are reflective of our spirit and our hopes and dreams and our desires, but patterns and life shapes us, and pretty soon we find ourselves drifting down a path that we find ourselves in lives where we're saying, who is this and how did this happen to me and how am I ever going to get out of this? The most important thing is to realize that at any moment we actually can make a correction and we can do the work, and it is work, to start to reconnect to our spirit. And we can start to ask ourselves, does my life reflect who I really am today? Or have I outgrown the commitments that I've made maybe 5 years, 10 years ago? Or have I outgrown the habits that have shaped my life over the last few years? Right now, I think everybody's being invited to wake up and to check in and to ask themselves, who am I? And am I making choices in allowing who I really am to have any opportunity to express myself? So if you started out in life and you wanted to be an artist, but you're now in a very, very mundane or uncreative job, make the choice to go back to getting your art back. Get your art pencils, get your photography, cook in the kitchen, plant your garden, but remember that you have a choice to be creative. If you're not expressing yourself because you just got in the habit of going along with the flow, and I know as a woman, we get really caught up in accommodating everyone else, that's gonna boil up. So start asking yourself, how do I really feel? And that might not come about real easily, the answer. So practice, write it down. Journal for a few minutes a day. How do I really feel? And more importantly, what do I really want today? Because we're really, really clear about what we don't want. But what we do want, sometimes we've gotten so disconnected from it, we don't even know anymore. Now, I went through a whole lot of change over the last few years, some of it which, if you follow me, you've read about. But eventually I was dealt so many changes. I lost my whole identity. At first I thought it was awful. But then I realized it was an opportunity to go back to remembering who I am, not taking care of everyone else, just who I am, who I really wanted to be today. That's what I talk about in my new book, Waking Up in Paris. That's what I think we're all talking about on some level around the world. Write down who you want to be today. Put the work into it because it'll open up doors, and then make the choice to start moving in that direction. It'll really start healing your life. It's worth the effort. All my love.